Hello everyone, my name is Clutch, and welcome to Lucifer Mechanics Garage of drag, speed, and styrene customs fabrication.
Jamming those gears straight out of hell. The front wheels never touch the ground, destroying everything that affects, making me rich for my sins. Welcome to the Lucifers Mechanics Garage.
How's it going everyone? This is Clutch with another episode of Lucifer Mechanics Garage. Today I'm going to be doing a video for a good brother on the YouTube community named John Poole. He's a real good modeler, and he asked me a question the other day about the throttle cable that I put on the on my dragster, on the Royston Rouser, and he asked me if I would do a how-to on it. So I decided I would sit down and do one real quick for him. What he's talking about is he's talking about this cable here that goes to the barn doors, that's connected here, and it goes across, and then it's got the cable, and the cable runs up inside the rails by the seat, and then the cable comes out through here and then connects to the pedal. Okay, there's a couple steps doing it. It's pretty easy once you see a close-up of it, but I'll give him a real good how-to on how to do it. Shouldn't take long. Okay, let's get to it. Alright everyone, as you can see, I already did a couple already. I just kind of quickly throw them together. So I mean, you know, usually if I was doing this to put on a model, I'd have took a little bit more better care of measuring and stuff. But I just wanted to, I didn't want to make this video really long. So as you can see, I went in and I put two together. That was just like that's on the dragster. Okay. Now what I done is I used a piece of 1/16 brass tubing. Okay. I used a piece of 1/16 aluminum tubing, and I used a piece, I'm pretty sure, let's see what this right here is. It's 30 thousandths aluminum rod. Okay. Now what I did is before you start anything, what you want to do is you want to take your brass rod. Okay. Now I really didn't do it to this one in the for this because like I got so much to do. I didn't really want to spend time doing it, so I'm sorry. But what I do is, since this is 62 is 0.62, I actually put it in. This is how I do it. Let me pull it back here a little bit. Okay. Alright. There we go. Alright. Let me slide this off. Now what I do is I knock these down. I knock this down about to I'd say pretty close to about right around 50 thousandths, like right around there. Just to take some of the meat off of it so it don't look so thick. Because an actual scale, this is 1.5 inches. And you know, the actual piece that you'll be looking, that goes on a piece, is actually, you know, not even about 1 inch. So you want to take just a little bit of the meat off. Okay. Now how I do that is I take my old cordless, my old hillbilly lathe, and I move it back there, and I take it and I insert here. All right. And then what I do is I take a piece of, I think this is P80 grit right here, and what I do is I take and I put some oil on it. Okay, oil helps cut metal, whatever you do, even when you're drilling out holes, like if you're drilling out inside of a tubing, like I do a lot of times, you know, to get things to fit, always use oil, especially if you're cutting it. It cuts the cutting in half. It just, because the heat, what happens is when you turn metal, heat gets, it gets hot, and actually what it does is the cutting elements in the sandpaper quit working. But if you put oil on it, it keeps it cool, somewhat cooler than what it is, and it helps keep cutting it. Okay. So what I do is I go in. Okay. I take my 3-in-1 and I put a couple drops in there, as you can see. Then I come in here and I just do this right here. Okay. Just work it back and forth, All right. And after a while, you will get it down to about 45, 50 thousandths. I don't even know. Let's see what that turned out right there. Just that right there alone knocked it down to 55 thousandths. Okay. So that right there alone just took off 8 thousandths, what I just did there. So it goes pretty quick. Okay. So you want to knock that down to about 45 thousandths. Okay. Now I already did a piece of this aluminum. I knocked it down. I brought it down to I brought it down to 45 thousandths. Okay. Now what I did is I did the same thing. Is I inserted it in there, tied it up, took the drill, just lit her up, then worked it back and forth. Okay. Now when you get done doing both of them like that, you just want to take, I think this is 1500, and you just go in there and you just clean it up. You know, it'll clean it up real nice. Alright. And as you can see how I knocked that down already, this was longer. But where I cut it to make my other pieces and then cut 2 more pieces I'm sure you put together, this is the butt end of it. So alright. Now this right here comes in handy when it comes, believe it or not, I do lathe work with this. Like I'll set it up in a vise. Well, I don't use this one. I use my Milwaukee that I've had for about 20 years. I set it up in a vise, and then I set me up a little jig post with engraving cutters, and I'll sit there and work aluminum, make pulleys and stuff. I have done that before. I don't do it all the time, but that was back in the day. All right. Now, after I went in and I've done all that work, what I do is let me bring this in just a little bit more. Alright. Now what I do is I've got my aluminum rod. Okay. I take it and I put it inside there like that. Okay, see it? Alright, then I got my copper tubing. Alright, let's see how it looks on there. Alright, that's what you're going to wind up with. It's going to look like that right there. Okay, now what you're going to do after you see how it fits and it looks, you just want to put it in there. You just want to put it on there like halfway inside that tubing. Alright, then what you're going to do is you're going to come in here, grab you some thick glue. I got the extreme power that I buy from Hobby Lobby. I just use it for stuff like this, and you just dab just a little bit on there. Okay, and you take your tube and you slide it on there like that. All right. And then you let it set. Just like that. That's what you wind up with, okay? Then you come in with your cutters. Alright? You come in and you cut it to whatever length you need. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, because your throttle is going to be going back and forth. Alright? So you're gonna, when you hook it up to the throttle of the barn door or whatever fuel injection system you're going to use, especially like the Enderle or stuff like that, is you want it to where it's going to move back and forth, okay? So you're going to cut it right there. Then you're going to take your little flathead needle nose right here, okay? And you're going to take and you're just going to put them in there roughly about 1/16 of an inch. And you just give it a firm little squeeze like that, okay? Do you see it? Yeah, right there. Let's see. And you give it a little squeeze for that, because that right there is where you'll put like your Protect photo etch bolt, okay? Now, the next step is you got your 5000 aluminum. This is where this comes in handy again. I'll show you how I make my straps. This little strap right here. See that? You know, it's like the C-straps that you get, you know, that you put underneath the body or on the frame to run a line on. That's basically what this is. All right. So what I do is I get my scissors. Now I'm just randomly cutting this. Usually I measure it all out, but I go in, I cut me a strip like what? Okay, move these off to the side. Grab my piece. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to wrap it around there like so. Okay, and then take your thumb, your nail, and just kind of press it in there like so. Then you're going to come in with a, I use these right here a lot. These aluminum pieces that I cut like 10 years ago before I got sick for shimming the models up. I got different grades, different thicknesses, 052, 062, you know, just and so on. And then what I do is I lay it flat like so. All right. Then I come in with the edge and I firmly put it all the way up against there and I press down on it like so. Okay, as you can see. All right, I'm kind of doing this in a hurry so it looks sloppy, but if you take your time it really looks good. And then you take your scissors and you cut her down to where you got just enough lip to glue it to your little bracket. All right, and that's what you wind up with, just like that. Okay, and you'll slide it off and you'll go over here to your little glue thing, get you some thick catalyst, and you just rub it right on the outer lip as you're coming in, because what's going to do is if you rub it in the center, you'll wind up pushing it out toward this way. But what you want to do is you want to grab it. Okay, you got your indentation, you want to line it up with that, and then you're just going to slide it on just like that, and there you go. That's it right there. Okay, as you can see. All right, then when you get all that done, what you're going to do is you're going to take this line right here, which is what I use for cable, and what it is, it's the bead and stretch. You get this at Walmart. It's 0.7 millimeter diameter. Okay, this stuff is really, I'll show you here in a minute what all I got, but this stuff comes in handy for a variety of stuff. Okay, then what you're going to do is is you're going to get you a little dab of glue, a little dab of do-you. Let's get some up here. And you're going to take it and you're going to put it inside there like that. Okay. Now, I recommend doing this. After you get it set and everything where you want it, you know, on the injectors and down by your foot pedal. Okay. But I'm just kind of showing you right now how it goes in there. Then you just take it and you just slide it in there. Like so. Come on, there you go, just like that. And you let it cure. And, you know, and then there you go. Got yourself the end of a throttle cable. It's going to work your injectors. See? This is a pretty nice little detail that you can use. Right there. There she is. Okay. Then you're going to take it, and then whenever you get this down here by your foot pedal, this other end, it's not exactly like it, then you're going to wind up putting it on the other end, gluing it in there. Okay. Now the brackets and stuff, you have to come up with that on your own, how you're going to hook it up. But basically, if you look at the dragster in the beginning, you see how I got it set up with the cables, how they run inside the chassis and up by the barn door injectors. Okay, now that's it. I mean, that's basically it. I want to show you something real quick here. These right here, you can get these at Walmart. I mean, these are really nice. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you know that. If anybody is into modeling, you know, first thing you do is you go to the jewelry aisle and you get all these different size wires. Now, I like these. They got clear ones. They got gray ones. These two right here are my favorite. They're great for like like lines that you use for hydraulic, for like a hydraulic clutch or stuff. Now these right here are actually big enough, 0.45, to where you can run like a 1-inch braided line. They're actually coated braided line is what it is. I mean, this stuff is really nice. It's a silver beading wire. And what it is, it's braided wire that is coated. And I mean, it's cheap, and it's you can use it, you know. But as you can see, there's a whole array that I buy at Walmart. Just different sizes, different coatings, different colors, that could be used in an array of different things. Okay, you can never go wrong with that. They're only like $3 a piece. You know, I mean, these things really come in handy. All right, I got one more here, and that's it. I'm sorry I'm in a hurry because I'm trying to cut down this video because I make these videos so long, and plus I got to get to work on some other stuff. But basically that's it. You know what I mean, with the wire and everything. So yeah, there you go. I mean, got yourself a throttle for the barn door, and you're ready to get to make you some throttle cable. Okay, I hope this helps. Guys, I appreciate you watching these videos. I know they're long. I tried to go through this one, but as you can tell, with me hurrying and trying to get through them, it gets sloppy. So that's the reason I make them long and take my time. So I hope you appreciate that, and just try to watch them all the way through, because you know, knowledge is meant to pass on. I would like to go live, but my internet out here in the sticks just won't let me go live right now. But I'm getting ready to change that, so that way I can, you know, take a couple hours and show different stuff, and get on some chats. But basically that's it. That's your throttle cable for your builds. Let me pull the dragster back out, and that way you can get a look at how it looks. And that's it right there. See, it comes around through here, and then I got the cable runs I got the cable that runs through here, comes out of the side, and runs right up into the right up to the barn door injectors. And then of course you can make all this right here out of the aluminum rod that I told you about. And that's it. Nice little detailed part. Takes you about an hour to make them. To really get in there and polish them up, make them look good. And as you can see, I made a little bracket here off the frame, off the chassis, and I added R&B motion bolt, and same here, I used R&B motion right there, as you can see. So I hope you can use this, and you know, it's a nice little detail. So thanks for watching. Welcome back to the shop of Lucifer Mechanics Garage. Until next time, take care of your families, love them, love your pets, and I'll see you next video. Bye guys.